The argument is, when people talk about parity, they're talking about there's no shot for anyone else in the West because Durant joined a team that was already the best in the West. So in that sense, he's wrong. In the other sense, he's right. Quickly also about NBA basketball in the playoffs. NFL is luck dependent. So is Major League Baseball. Because the nature of those sports, so many players on the field, so many variables, is that luck plays a bigger role. They're fundamentally probabilistic games. You can stack the deck in your favor. It doesn't mean you're going to win. The NBA is much less luck dependent than the NFL or Major League Baseball. We all know in the beginning of the season the teams that are going to be there, they are almost always there, and we usually also know who's going to ultimately win, and we're usually right about that. So when you stack the deck in the NBA, it feels especially like, what are we watching the regular season for, to some people like Stephen A. Smith, for example.
So in other words, you're acknowledging how it makes people feel, but at the same time, it's irrelevant, right? Because in other words, if we feel that way, if universally the world recognizes that Kevin Durant going to the Golden State Warriors has drastically tipped the balance, the hell with what everybody feels. We understand, according to Max Kellerman, we understand exactly how you feel. Max Kellerman feels your pain, but in the same breath, you shouldn't feel any pain at all. None at all whatsoever. None whatsoever. Come on now.
Only what I feel that's important,
the fact of the matter is Kevin Durant does not have a point here because he's evading the issue. Who the hell doesn't know he can't play for 30 teams? He's not 30 different people. He's not Stephen A. Smith playing, doing a Star Trek commercial where I'm all 9 characters for crying out loud with being helped by technology. That's not what goes on here. This dude is one player. He can only play for one team. We understand, generally speaking, or literally speaking, that you can't play for everybody. That's not the damn point. The point is that you are a top 3 player in the world. I think top 2. I think the only player that is better than Kevin Durant is LeBron James. This dude is on another level. Kevin Durant is a superstar. He is special. And he was on a team that was within 48 minutes of a berth to the NBA Finals. Not once, not twice, but 3 games. Didn't get it done in Game 5. Choked in Game 6, wet the bed in Game 7 for most of it until he came on late, and it was too late. And then after the game, he's like, I'll see y'all soon. And a month later, he goes to the team that just beat him. That is what happened. And as a result, because of his greatness, he drastically tipped the balance of power. That's the issue of parity. We're not talking, generally speaking, like literally, oh my goodness, parity in the league where there's multiple teams. What we're saying is that you were on a team that could legitimately compete with the team you joined. And you decided to jump on that bandwagon instead of staying where you were. Now, it's not a crime for him to leave. He didn't break any laws. He didn't do anything wrong. He had the right to do what he did. But there is no denying that it was the weakest move we have ever seen from any superstar in any sport. And as a result, now that you are here, here's how he can make up for it. Be that superstar that you are. Outplay LeBron James, be the best player on the Golden State Warriors championship squad, and maybe we'll get over it. But until that time, you riding the bandwagon. And that's not parity.
I want to address how you went at me after my point. Well, so I'm acknowledging how everyone feels about this. Number one, I don't care. I care about what I feel about it, Stephen A., and this is what I feel about it.
Well, you're the one that brought up everybody else.
There are always trade-offs. Well, there are always trade-offs. In life, there are trade-offs. It doesn't matter how awesome what you get is, you're giving up something else. It doesn't matter how awesome an opportunity, it closes doors on other opportunities. You're defining your reality with one set of choices, okay?
That's fair.
So what I would prefer Kevin Durant say is, look, yes, me going to the Golden State Warriors, obviously in terms of balance of power, we've tipped it toward Golden State even more severely than it was. That's what you're giving up. You're giving up the illusion that someone else in the West can beat the Warriors. It's usually an illusion anyway, by the way. I mean, you and I have argued about the Knicks versus the Bulls. We really thought back then, no, the Knicks can really win. Looking back at it, you realize that we weren't going to beat Jordan and Pippen and Grant and then Rodman and all those guys. But it felt like it's usually an illusion. The best team, the one that you really know is going to win, winds up winning. But In this case, you give up that illusion in the Western Conference. But what do you get back? You get back the clash of the Titans, rubber match, end of the trilogy, defines the era. Greatest sporting event we're going to see, at least most anticipated, in this calendar year at least, and one of the all-time most anticipated in the history of basketball, which is the greatest team sport there is. So
you don't
we
get to say that.
A whole lot back. Now, you may say
you don't get
that
to say
I
that.
would
Max
prefer
doesn't get to
at
say
least
that.
the illusion. Why?
Because you were the one that just finished talking a few minutes ago about how drastically the difference is. So what clash of the Titans? According to you, the Cavs ain't a Titan.
Well,
because the Golden State Warriors are head and shoulders. I was the one making the argument that the Cavs are legitimate concern. You were the one who said
what
there
fight
is such
did
a
I compare it
discrepancy.
to?
What
Stephen
did you compare
A. Smith,
it to?
fight fan. What fight did I compare it to? The Rumble in the Jungle, Ali Foreman. Everyone thought Foreman was going to smash him, but you still had your eye on it because, after all, it's Muhammad Ali. Golden State's supposed to win, but you can't count out the Cavs because of LeBron James. He's supposed to lose, but if anyone can do it, it's him. There's drama there. But my point is this. Even if you would prefer the illusion or actual competition in the Western Conference to this, you're giving the illusion up or the actual competition up. This is what you're getting back, and what I would suggest to basketball fans is now you're actually here. Enjoy this. Don't worry about the journey now. Enjoy the result, because this is what we were waiting for.
No argument there. I mean, we're here now. There ain't no reason to poo-poo it now.
Yeah,
this is what we've been waiting. You're absolutely right about that. That's the only point you made. You're absolutely right. We're here. I got that. But don't tell me about parity and all of this nonsense.
Please,
he knows he
tipped
the balance. That's why he went to stack the deck.